Thank you very much. The issue of Obi being in any party, PDP, ADC, any party, Obi is a beautiful bride, so you expect everybody is on him now. Every party wants him to be there. We understand that. Obi doesn't need much of marketing. A good market it sells itself already. So every party wants him, but it all depends on him. We know as our leader, as our principal, we know he's on top of his game. He knows what he's doing and he knows where and what to do.
Like this in one that shall never know. Yes, so still on 2027 presidential election, you understand? So one of the coordinator South, you understand? So at this moment they coordinate the obedient movement. So he said that Peter Obi is the beautiful pride to the people, you understand? So during the interview, he also enlightened us concerning the 2027 election. He said Obedient are prepared for this 2027 election. So I want me to listen to the hear the Microsoft word where this man speak about, you understand? So let's say I will learn one or two things for this video. Please, after watching this video, help me to share the video so that more Obedients will see this video. So I also share Wonderful Sugar Boy.
Obi doesn't need much of marketing. A good market it sells itself already. So every party wants him, but it all depends on him. We know as our leader, as our principal, we know he's on top of his game. He knows what he's doing and he knows where and what to do.
So how is the Obedient movement gearing up for 2027?
We are prepared. We are much prepared than 2023. That's for sure. You can see from the last outing we had, that was on the 19th, while celebrating His Excellency Peter Obi birthday. It was deliberate. In fact, we made it to local government, not just at the city centers like we're used to. But this time we move it to local government. Every local government has to celebrate their own in their own way, creating awareness. Right now, we're at the ward level, trying to move, have our chapters, have our ward schools, and they are meeting. So we are stronger now, we are more informed, and we are more ready. We are more ready. Just waiting for our principal to make his own bold decision. And
I hear you saying that the Obedients are ready, but it's hard to believe when there's no party. And especially when you say you're more ready than the last time. The last time the issue was the structures, because of course everyone on Twitter was like, oh yeah, Obedience this, but those votes did not translate from Twitter onto the ground. So now that there's less of a structure and you have the beautiful bride, Peter Obi, people are a little bit shaky, but that's actually not the question I want to ask. I want to talk about Monday Opebolo's statements about Peter Obi coming into the state that he should check in. Do you believe that it is a legitimate security measure for Peter Obi to watch his back when he enters the state, especially after the remarks that were made? Is that how it was taken? Or was it, and what was the response? Has there been any communication with anyone from that team, seeing as how it could be taken as something inflationary, or it could just be brushed off? More inflationary, though.
Well, concerning the statement by the governor of Edo, we have responded. The Obedient movement, we are both on Vanguard, on pages of newspaper, the state Obedient structure, we have responded by making clear. First of all, the first statement was that there was a stampede, which was a capital lie. And thank you, the journalists, we have investigative journalism everywhere. There have never been a casualty anywhere Obi visit. Obi it comes with peace. The people see he has generated peace, he has generated discipline, and the people see it in him. You don't need any. He need a clearance to come into any state. By our constitution, he knows it's wrong. We have listened to several of them saying, well, it's not constitutional, it's moral. But are you saying that any business, let's say Obi is a private citizen as of today? Yes, it was a former governor, but are you saying any businessman, anybody who is coming to Edo should have a letter sent to the governor that I'm coming for business or I'm coming for anything? But what Obi give to Edo State? To support education. And unfortunately, it's a private St. Philomena owned by the missionary. I think he has been doing that. It's not just the first time. And saying by our constitution, I don't need coming to Lagos to inform this Lagos state government or anybody. I think it's illegal. He knows what Obi did was, what he's saying wasn't the right thing. And there was no stampede. There was no casual, there was nothing. It was a happy moment from St. Philomena everywhere he visited. We heard the chairman of APC saying that, well, the stampede happened when they were sharing the money. But unfortunately, we understand. APC, they are used to sharing. They are used to sharing money. Obi did not come to share money. He gave a check. Except the chairman is saying the share check. Maybe APC share check. He's the chairman, but we don't share check. I don't think he gave check to the school. And it was appreciated by the students across. He's supporting education. We can't really do without education as a nation.
True. Now, some analysts are already saying that this is a distraction, the issue of getting permission before visiting a state. So I'm wondering, how can Peter Obi and, of course, the Obedient movement itself, how can they stay focused and avoid potential conflict with other political parties and interests so that they can focus on the election in 2027?
Like I said at the beginning, we are more focused than ever. We are more focused now. You know, that was the day he made that statement. Unfortunately, the day he made the statement was few days to the birthday of our principal. Then I reached out to the Edo coordinator and the Edo team, and they say, you know what, don't worry, we'll respond. And the day they responded, they said, we'll respond with our number. Edo State, for me, I'm from Delta, but we know Edo State is almost the capital of Obidient. The number is always there. They come out, and they come out strong. They prove to him that even when you feel you can gag us to a corner, you don't want us to come out and show that this is our person. They did. They came out, they pulled out the number, and he understands that you can't just take these people away. They are there. We're on their face. We're coming out. We're not on their face for anything. We're on their face for good governance. Obedience is not enemy to anybody. We saw a man of integrity, a man of character, and we are there all the way with him. Even if it's raining, it's sun, we are there with Toby. Because we know with Toby, we have a good nation.
Some Obidients are wondering how you intend to leverage, how the party or the group, I don't know, intends to leverage technology and social media in the campaign for 2027. As we talked about before, there is intense attacks. The attacks on Peter Obi have ramped up, both verbally and I guess almost physically. They're ramping up. And it seems that as we get closer to 2027, he doesn't pick a side. It might be the case. We also know what happened during the general elections with the sentiment towards people of southeastern extraction. What are your plans to combat misinformation and disinformation? Also, knowing that the party or the group does not give shishi, so to speak, bribe, keep paying people to keep quiet and such, that you don't dabble in those dirty sides of politics. How do you plan to wade through the mess that is eventually about to come your way?
No, we know such mess. Those things will come. Like I said at the beginning, I said, Obi is a beautiful bride. You expect anything, he knows. And one of the things he said when we started this, he said, well, I knew what I'm coming for. I know what will come for me. I know the attacks that will come, but it's staying steady. People really don't understand. When we say, we find some people say this kind of a calm man, quiet, but one stubborn-headed person I know is so confident and so focused on anything he's doing. I remember him as governor of Anambra State, then as a governor. Nigerians, we do forget how Obi became the governor of Anambra State. Anambra was almost a state that was war, crime zone, crime scene, a state governor was kidnapped. And we don't forget. But Obi came, not with fight, not with verbal attack, not with response. He stabilized the state. He stabilized Anambra State to an extent that in the education, we know where they are. In the health, we know where. So he knows those attacks will come. But as Obidient and him as our principal, we know everyone will throw shit at him, but he has been consistent. And one good thing, some of us are following him. Look at Nigerian politics. Initially, after election, every election cycle, the candidate will just go away. I can't mention him. Everybody will go away. But since 2023, Obi has been consistent. And not just consistent with insult, with all shades from people. No. He has been consistent with discipline. He has been consistent with same thing that he's telling us yesterday and today. Yes, how to move our nation forward, how to remain focused. And we have been focused.
Okay, so are there any specific electoral reforms, that the Obidient movement is advocating for? And then I'm also wondering what initiatives or what your plans are to capitalize on opportunities for growth and expansion, particularly in regions where the Obidient movement is not so popular.
Okay. Let me first of all, is this issue of how are we focusing on moving where Obedience is not popular? What makes popularity? Let's take, for example, 2023. We came into that election 6 months or less. Some states, we barely have candidates, even in a Labour Party. We barely have candidates. Some were just placeholders.